Hello, everybody. It's Hawk here, and I have leaks. And I would have told you about these leaks a while ago, but I was sick, and you did not need to hear nasally garbage. So that's why it's happening today. So you guys haven't heard from me in I don't know, God, what it's been since September. It's been like 2 months. I've had zero desire to make videos. This is gonna be a little bit of channel admin before I do this. Just because MPQ's everywhere, and I just don't want to talk about it every, time I make a deck. So, here's hoping there's a ban list shortly, considering they just announced this. But let's get to the nitty-gritty, the reason you're actually here. And that is the new mini box. I know we're all really, questioning on mini boxes, but, I mean, conceptually, Paradox wasn't terrible. It's just the fact that Jaden's deck was shit, because it was, exclusively reprints. And Water Dragon just disappointed all of us, because it was almost good, but just couldn't quite stick the landing. And then Paradox Brothers really only had one skill, despite having 3 printed. Let's be real here. And Cyrus was good, so, one deck was good, one was kind of okay. One just felt like a betrayal, and the other one was a write-off from the get-go, so conceptually fine, execution shit. This one, though, has some interesting things going on. Now, looking at this box, take a guess who you think's involved. Go on, I'll give you a moment. Just think about it. Okay, got your guesses locked in? Now, obviously it's Sartorius and Jaden, because no shit. Now, logically, Hassleberry hasn't gotten a deck, and Hassleberry is involved quite a bit in Season 2, so Hassleberry getting to be a third guy makes sense. The fourth one is Jim Cook. Not that I'm against Jim Cook and the fossils coming to speed duels. I'm kind of all for it. Kind of a weird guy to pick to put in this particular box. I feel like he would go in the Ubel box that we would be logically getting, not after this one, we're probably going to get, Battle City Finals after this one, but we'd get, because the pattern seems to be main box, mini box, 2 main boxes, and then a mini box. So it's 2 normal boxes, and then a mini box is how it seems to work. So it'd be Battle City Finals, and then GX would get the Ubel box. The big Season 3 box is basically what it would be. And Jim would be in that one. Kind of weird he's in this one. Again, not complaining. I'm happy he's here. But as you can see by the date here, March is when it'll be happening. And let me scroll on down here for the important one. If I can find, where is the thing? Where did they say it? There it is. Alright, introduces new card strategies from the GX Animated Series with 4 complete Speed Duel decks, blah, blah, blah. And over 90 cards new to Speed Duel. There are 100 cards in this box. And at minimum, 90 of them are brand new. Oh, thank fuck. That's all I have to say. We haven't had a box with this much new cards in it, unironically, since the first GX Academy box. Okay? Because midterms, Jaden's entire deck was fucking reprints. So it was 17 cards or something like that. It was insane. And then there was reprints in the other ones. Shadow Riders was pretty good. It was mostly new stuff. Streets is notoriously all fucking reprints. The new shit is good. It's just, dear lord, is it a lot of fucking reprints. So this box is almost exclusively new shit. Which is wild to me. Now that makes sense, because Jaden will be getting the, the Neospatians. Because right here you can see he's getting Neos, obviously. So he's getting the 5 Neospatians. I'm just going to say he's getting all of them, which means we're all going to have to fucking put up with Grand Mole. It's fine. We can all be as fucking irritated about that as everyone else is, but thankfully we have enough ways to just kill the damn thing. It's going to be annoying, but here we are. And then Neos, and then presumably, Oversoul, I presume will be in there. I would hope they give us Neos Alias and Gemini Spark, but, I'm not going to hold my breath. And then you have some room in there for some other boys. Because he's also getting, right down here, I'll just jump to it. Yes, obviously, no Spatial Aqua Dolphin. Dandelion and Card Trooper. So we know, let me think, I gotta do math here. Eight minimum of Jaden's cards, because it's the Neospatians, you'll just get all 5 of them, Dandelion and Card Trooper, and then Neos. And then, obviously, some fusions. But, just main deck, it's all new shit, just because he doesn't really use the Elemental Heroes for this one. Cook's probably going to be almost exclusively new shit. They're giving him Skullgios. For those of you who don't know, that's the giant 3,500 fossil Tyrannosaurus that does double piercing damage. Or double battle damage. So, we have another OTK deck. It's a little wild. Because kind of everything in fossils does that. Like, that's just a thing. Like, Skull Knight just has Skull King just has 2 attacks. So, he's got all new shit. Sartorius' deck is exclusively new stuff. It's just the Arcana stuff. Leaving the only person to really have reprints of any description is Hasselberry. And I mean, if it's reprinting like Black Terra, please do. It's from like fucking Trials of the Kingdom. Like Black Terra, Hammerhead, probably Triceratops, probably Black Stego. Be a little irritated if they reprint Black Stego. It's kind of a useless fucking card. But he's getting Ultimate Tyranno, and I expect most of his deck to be new dinosaur lineup. Presumably. Kind of hope it is. I kind of hope they don't just reprint all the fucking dinos. Like, or if you're going to, pick ones that haven't been reprinted in, like, God knows forever. Again, Black Terra would be a perfect one for this one. Just because it's not easily accessible. Beyond that, like, this is what we got for cards. And Moki Moki King, because I know you're all desperate to have Moki Moki King. Which means Belowski is going to have a skill. Because they literally mention him by name. Which is wild. Now, the thing I find interesting here, okay, because we got all this. This is all great. Like, I am legitimately good. Thank you. Like, this is good. So we got 100 common cards and all that. Got our secrets and everything. We know these 3 are secrets. Dolphin, Dandelion, and Card Trooper. That is for the Edison people. There are 12 skill cards. Okay? Got 12 skill cards here. Now, from what I recall from Paradox, the Paradox brothers had 3. Jaden had 1. Because then he had a pair with Cyrus. He had a double 1. It was weird. It was 3 for one character. Cyrus got 2. Jaden got 1. Well, we'll just go at 2. And then Bastion got 2. So, there were like 3 skills left over. Now, I would imagine it's going to be 2 skills per deck. Presumably. Because Zane gets a skill, Aster gets a skill, and more. Well, Belowski's going to fucking get one, because we're legitimately... They mentioned that he's making his speed duel debut with Moki Moki King. So Belowski has to have a skill, otherwise he's not making his fucking debut. So it would be Belowski, Zane, and Aster. That would be 3. So if there's an and more, either they don't realize we can all fucking figure out that Belowski's the 3rd, or the main lineup here of these 4 only get 2 a crack. So 2 skills for Jaden, 2 for Sartorius, 2 for Tyranno, and then 2 for Jim. Hasselberry. And then Zane gets a skill, Aster gets a skill, Belowski gets a skill, and then we have a floating skill hanging around. I don't know who's gonna get the floating skill. I would imagine Chaz. Chaz was kind of a big deal in the light plot. I don't know. I'm just pointing that out. If we're going to be somewhat thematic about this whole thing, and that's kind of what they seem to go for the most part. But it's a lot of brand new cards for us, which is good. I will probably make some predictions, because I am somewhat curious. Jim's going to be kind of weird, just because it's like, are they actually going to give us Fossil Fusion as a card? Like, will Fossil Fusion be a card they let us actually have, or is it a skill they're going to force us to use? I don't know. It's probably perfectly fair to use as an actual card. Jaden's going to be weird just because Neospatians are always fucking weird to play. Like, they're never not strange. I am also curious what the extra cards are going to be, because part of what happens here is that you have Jim and Jaden both taking up more than 20 cards with their extra decks. So Jim's going to have at least 3 fusions, if not 4. He might actually have more, but honestly, it's 3 or 4. My assumption is, like, Skullgar, Skull Knight, Skullgios, and then, like, what is it, Wagon, I think it is. It's one of the other little ones. I can't remember offhand. But, like, that'll be, like, the couple he has, and then Jaden's gonna have... Because Jaden, if they could just give him 1 for each of the Neospatians, which that's 5 right out of the fucking gate, which is kind of crazy, and then they'll throw in, like, Great Tornado or something. You know, one of the generic boys. Now, thankfully, Tyranno and Sartorius don't have extra decks, but, like, that's 6 cards for Jaden just because he uses so damn many, and then Jim's gonna use 3 or 4. So we've massively cut into the extra cards already with those two. Like, those two just took out half of them. So there's only, like, 10 cards in the extra card slot, which is really tight. And if we're featuring, and Moki King's another one, so that one's gone. So now you're down to, like, 9. And it's like, what, are Zane and Aster going to get cards in this one? Like, what the fuck are you giving Zane? Like, are you going to give him cannon? Please do. Please, for the love of God, give him cannon. I'm begging you. Please. Let Cyberdarks actually fucking accomplish something. I don't know what you give Aster. Drill Dark? Just give him a guy? Like, I don't know what the fuck you do with Destiny Heroes at this point. Like, it's just weird that he's not Jim, because Destiny Heroes need a lot more than what a couple extra cards is going to save them. Beyond that, I don't know what you're putting in the extra cards. Like, it could be just a reprint. Like, we could just throw, like, Shrink in there. I wouldn't complain. Go ahead and just toss Shrink in there if you want. You could put in Lava Golem, but honestly, I don't put Lava Golem in. You could save that for Merrick. Make Sealed an absolute hellscape, but hey, whatever. I don't really give a shit about Sealed. It's not something that they balance for properly anyway. But anyway, that's kind of my rambly thoughts at the moment, if you can't tell. Aqua Dolphin's going to be fucking wild. I actually wonder if they're going to give us Aqua Dolphin's fusion. That's my question. Because Aqua Dolphin hits a card out of the opponent's hand. So he'll be hitting, your DD Crows or your fucking Sphere Karibos. And then, if you go into the fusion, he'll destroy another card. That's ripping 2 cards out of your opponent's hand already. And that's kind of gross. I know Altus can already do that. I'm just saying, it's a little disgusting. Okay? Just pointing that out. A little gross. Anyway, hope you guys all have a good time. Remember to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment below. Tell me any of your weird predictions. Does this box look good to you? I mean, I'm pretty pumped for it. I like Sartorius. I like Jim. I like Hasselberry. I mean, Neospatians might be good. I kind of hope they are. Maybe they'll go fucking wild and give us, like, Connector or something. Just fucking completely out of left field. I don't know. That'd be great. But I will see you guys all later. Peace out, everybody.